Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
Surrender. The word surrender can be very scary for someone who likes or wants or has been used to being in control. Even a somewhat moderate amount of control in your life. If you got used to a thing and it became your new normal, would you ever allow yourself to be in a position of surrender, where the events of your life, no matter how they played out, you accepted any possibility? I was there today, my friend, and it was definitely a test and a testament to all the things that I've been through thus far. Here in San Antonio, Texas, I was at a hospital for pretty much the entirety of today, and I was here in a time of need, here for my mom, who I have not publicized, but she didn't want anybody to worry. But she was undergoing an intense procedure. Now, being strong, having to be strong in this time, having to just grin and bear it, understanding that what was taking place behind those closed doors with the surgeons and their steady hand was out of my control. I did not control and could not control the events that were taking place. But a wise man told me that worrying is a form of praying for what we don't want. When we worry, it is like a rocking chair. All we do is go back and forth, without even really getting anything done, without accomplishing anything. Worry is something to do for now, but it doesn't get us anywhere. And so, after a while of being nervous, being anxious, wondering what was going on behind those closed doors, as they put her under anesthesia and wheeled her away and took her to a faraway place that seemed so far away to me in that waiting room, I had to surrender. I had to surrender and succumb to anything that would happen, any possibility. I had to be strong and let go. I had to be strong and let go. Because, my friend, I believe it takes true strength to release what we are holding on to allow things to play out as they will, to be heading downstream as the waters are flowing to the ocean, not knowing where you may end up, But instead of grabbing this branch and that log and this rock and that embankment, instead of fighting the current of the stream that is pulling you, allowing yourself to flow and become a part of the stream, become a part of this thing, this universe, which more and more I believe is teaching me that it really is a living force. These laws of nature, these things that we cannot control, if we only surrender, if we allow, in certain instances, we may come out on the other side thankful and grateful that we did not fight the current, that we did not resist change, and that whatever will be, will be. But it may not be up to you and me. Often, it is up to that grand force of nature, the same thing that is responsible for me and you. And as you are listening to my voice right now on this podcast, know that whatever it is that was responsible for you coming into being is the same thing that we must surrender to move forward. When we allow ourselves to slipstream in between the subtle energy that is all around us, we can ride the wave of this wonderful higher consciousness, this vibrational frequency that will take us to heights unimaginable, because we can't imagine, we can't fathom what it was like before all of this. We can only speculate. We can only debate. We can only hypothesize. We can only philosophize. We can only think and wonder and ponder and dream and imagine. Because there are so many things that we are not in control of. Our bodily functions, our heartbeat, our, oftentimes our subconscious takes over so many different things, our breathing, our bodily organs, everything that just runs on autopilot. We're not in control of all those things. They're running in the background. So who are we to wish to have control over the events that take place in life, especially things that are beyond our reach? I asked myself these questions and I decided not to worry. I decided that a better use of my time, and I know that she would have liked for me to study, to get work done, not to worry, but to spend my time projecting positive energy, which is what I ended up doing. I told people that she was going through a procedure, but I knew that she would make it. I knew that she would pull through. People prayed, people gave their energy, their love, their light. So many people came out and just gave warm well wishes, good lucks, sending you love, praying the doctor has steady hands. All sorts of people chimed in just to see her come out on the other side. Even people who didn't even know her name. All they knew was it was Jerome's mother, Jerome's mom. One lady even asked me for her name, just so that she could pray with intention. My friend, there are so many things that are beyond our control. We don't determine the fruit. all we do is plant the seed. But if I planted the seed of worry, what fruit would it have bared? Instead, I planted the seed of hope. I planted the seed of confidence. I planted the seed of strength. And I was able to endure, and so was she. And I'm happy to say that she's still here. She's a fighter. She's a warrior. She's strong. She pulled through. And I'm here. I'm still at the hospital tonight. And I'm sending this message out, this podcast episode to you, to let you know that there will be times in our life that we are not in control of what happens. But if we allow ourselves to allow whatever happens to happen, knowing that we may be nervous, we may be scared, we may be frightened or fearful of the result, of the outcome, if we surrender, things may just be as we want them to be. But we have to release our expectation of what is. It's not easy, but it also doesn't have to be difficult. It can be as normal as letting go. Instead of a closed fist, having an open palm. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you received an encouraging message tonight, and I'm so happy to say that my mom is in recovery. I'm by her side, and she made it. She did it. So, my friend, if you resonated with this and you gained value, I would ask that you would consider supporting the podcast by opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking that little support button there will do wonders and is much appreciated, where even $1 goes a long way to making a difference, reaching other people who need messages just like this, for the promotion of positive podcasts, bright energy. Shine your light, my friend. Never be afraid to tell your story, even if all people see is your glory. Be great, my friend. Be wonderful. Be blessed. Be prosperous. Be productive. Allow. Take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.